Mythical creatures that have been found in real life. By their very definition, mythical creatures are creatures that are mythical. But what if they weren't so mythical? What if they were less mythical and more realical? Is realical a word? Oh, I don't care. Be it vampires, ghosts, centaurs, giraffes, trolls, or goblins, the idea of encountering mythical monsters is enthralling. But has anybody ever actually encountered such a beast in real life? Let's look at some clips and/or photos that might just prove that some people have. These are mythical creatures that have been found in real life. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos every day. With that being said, let's begin. Number 10. Wolf creature. An animal was shot by a rancher near Denton in May 2018. Nothing out of the ordinary there. However, the trigger-happy rancher found himself baffled and confused by the carcass of the creature. Despite his long experience of working with animals, he had no idea what he had shot. More and more people either came to see the dead body in person or looked at photos. Whether they were average members of the public or whether they were wildlife experts, everyone was united in their confusion. Nobody had any idea what this animal was. This, of course, raised the question, was it some kind of mythical monster? Some kind of werewolf? Possibly. The animal came within several hundred yards of the rancher's livestock. He shot it and reported it, as required by law. The animal was a young, non-lactating female and a canid, a member of the dog family, which includes dogs, foxes, coyotes, and wolves. It's definitely wolf-like, but wildlife experts confirmed it is unlike any wolf they have ever seen. It captured international attention, with people the world over trying to deduce what it might be. Although there are many who suspect it of being a small werewolf, or something similar, there are other people with theories more grounded in reality. They think the wolf is nothing mythical, but instead just a new animal we have yet to discover, a previously undocumented species. It's a pretty good theory. After all, at the end of the day, we actually know terrifyingly little about our world. There could be plenty of animals hiding in dark corners we've never looked in, and maybe this unique breed of wolf is one of them. But then again, if we truly don't know the reality of our world, maybe werewolves do exist, and maybe this is one. What do you think? Mythical monster or undiscovered species? Now it's time for the rare topic. In this photo, we see 4 horses. Yet you may notice we've drawn a very subtle giant red circle around one of those horses. And why? Because that's no horse. That's a centaur. The photo was uploaded to a blog dedicated to horse photography called Equestrian Adventures. The blog was run by a woman called Louise Hawks, a self-professed fan of all things horsey, who would travel the world, taking photos of all the beautiful horses she encountered on her journeys. But naturally, this photo caught the most attention, as it shows, among the horses, an actual centaur. The image picked up something of a reputation online, and as a result, loads of new followers came rushing to her blog. Miss Hawks, sadly, felt overwhelmed by all the attention, so she has since closed her blog and refuses to answer questions about the photo. But still, it lives on. As always, comment down below with the hashtag #RareTopic, and we might pin the comment that best explains what is being shown in this image. With that said, let's keep things moving. Number 9. The Rake. As the rake is a newer mythical creature, there's a chance not all of you will be familiar with it. So, we thought it best to rewind and give you a little bit of a monster lesson. Those of a sensitive disposition may want to plug up their ears. Though the rake is a creature born of the internet era, via websites such as creepypasta, like Slender Man, it is no less chilling than the monsters you will be familiar with from ancient gothic fiction. It's sure to send a chill down your spine. The rake is a creature believed to be humanoid in appearance, with several references in folklore and horrific urban legends, originally appearing on the internet on creepypasta. The creature reportedly attacks humans due to unknown reasons, and often causes its victims great psychological trauma. Several theories as to the first development of the rake point towards internet threads and online discussions. However, due to alcoholism, allusions to a creature known as the rake can be found well before these sources could have developed the idea. The rake has also been tied to alternative figures such as the Slender Man, an internet meme and subject of several video games, based on ancient folklore referencing an unnaturally tall and skinny man mysteriously lurking in the woods. It is theorized that the rake could possibly be a proxy of Slender Man, subject to its own self-mutilation and psychological disorders. Unpleasant, right? Well, imagine how much more unpleasant it would be if it were real. Well, some people are convinced they have videos that prove exactly that. Take a look for yourself and see what you think, though prepare to grit your teeth. This photo, taken in a forest in 2010, seems to show something that perfectly fits descriptions of the rake. If the monster featured in the photo is real, it doesn't seem to be in a particularly good mood. With its eyes glowing an intensely bright shade of white and its teeth barred, we would personally fear for anyone who is anywhere near this forest. Now you may be wondering, if this photo is real, how exactly did the photographer get away with their life? Well, this photo was taken by a trail camera that was found totally destroyed come the morning. Upon discovering the smashed up camera, the person who found it removed the SIM card or micro SD. We're not sure which. Luckily, that had survived the supposed attack, and upon looking at what photos had been captured in the night, the man was shocked to see this one of the rake. For those unwilling to believe in the paranormal, there are a few possible answers. One is that this photo is, of course, faked, an elaborate hoax. Another is that what we're actually looking at here is just a drugged up lunatic about to kick a camera. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Number 8. The rake again. The original uploader of this footage, one Miss Lisa NL, said she could hear strange noises coming from her roof. Like all sensible people, she decided to grab her phone, initiate camera mode, and head on up. As she points the phone up to the top of the roof, the light of the camera illuminates an area once drowned in shadow, and for the briefest second, something strange can be seen lingering. Something noticeably rakish. It looks just like the one from the prior photo, although with this being a video instead of a photograph, we can see it in motion. The second Miss Lisa NL spots it, it's quick to dart away, scurrying like a spider might. Just like the supposed rake in the prior photo, it has a round bald head like Golem and glowing torch-like eyes. The uploader claimed in her original post that she darted back into the house and returned having swapped out her phone for her gun, but much to her frustration, it had disappeared. What do you think? Was this a rake or merely a bold burglar? And should she have grabbed the gun first time around instead of her phone? Number 7. The Wessex Way Monster. The A338 is a major primary route in southern England that runs from the junction with the A35 at Poole in Dorset to the junction with the A420 at Besselsley in Oxfordshire, a distance of 84 miles, 135 kilometers. And why are we talking to you about a road? Because back in 2007, this seemingly innocuous road was the site of one of the now most famous monster sightings in UK history. If you watch closely, this strange beast-like creature bounds across the road. One might easily cast this off as something like a deer, but pay close attention to how it runs. It is forceful and heavy. This is no deer. The man who first uploaded the video is actually a deer stalker himself and is quoted as saying, "I can definitely say it jumped elegantly like a deer would. However, look closely. Its hind legs are not inverted as in having hocks like deer, dogs, or horses. Its hind legs are clearly like humans, i.e. knees. Whatever it is, it has a shadow. It is very large in status and behaved like an animal would crossing a road. Although the footage is low quality, its hind legs are discernibly different than that of a deer. Also, its shoulders and upper body appear too broad, suggesting that it is a creature other than a deer. Given the size of the creature and the weight in which it strides, one might also suspect it's a bear. But for one thing, it runs too fast for a bear, and for another, you simply don't find bears in the UK. Well, you do, but it's the Soho kind. Everything about the creature suggests wolf, but it's far too large and humanoid. If only there was ancient folklore and myth surrounding creatures that were a cross between men and wolves. Oh wait, that's right. After this footage first started doing the rounds, people convinced themselves that it must have been a werewolf. Other theories included being a skinwalker or a wendigo, but nobody can be 110%, and that's what is terrifying. Number 6. Loch Ness. You can't mention Scotland without mentioning the Loch Ness Monster. The two go hand in hand, and she's potentially been popping up an awful lot lately. In 2019, she has supposedly been spotted a whopping 4 times. For someone who is supposed to be a secret monster, that's an awful lot. The first such sighting of 2019 was in January, with the second following on February 23rd. The two most recent, from February 27th and March 22nd, have both come from webcam watcher Ian O'Fadigan. These are all very credible sightings, O'Fadigan said. It is an early start for Nessie. You have to go back to 2001 for an earlier start for sightings. The most recent video, captured by O'Fadigan from Loch Ness Live webcam at 4:53 p.m. on March 22nd, is 39 seconds long and shows something seemingly creating a wake as it moves rapidly across the loch. The object appeared on the surface before submerging. It was gone for 5 seconds, then up again going in another direction, turning about and leaving a wake and splashes. It then submerged and disappeared, O'Fadigan said. To see Nessie once is unbelievable, but twice in a month is fantastic. It's the luck of the Irish, I suppose. I couldn't believe my eyes. It had some power underneath it. O'Fadigan is something of an expert when it comes to Nessie sightings, and also claims to have spotted her in April of 2018. As you can see in the footage, it is not as clear as some of the other creatures on this list. It requires a little imagination to accept that what we're looking at is actually Nessie. But some monster hunters think that gives it all the more credibility. Some monster hunters will have you believe the big, garish stuff like that photo of the rake is clearly faked. Whereas something like this, something subtler, has far more validity to its claim as a genuine monster sighting. What do you think is more believable? A clip or photo where you can see the supposed monster up front and center? Or a more mysterious, enigmatic clip or photo with wiggle room for debate and discussion?
Number 5. Real goblin caught on camera in Barbados. A young man is outside his house with his cell phone. At first, we have no idea what he's doing. Is he waiting for a ride? Is a friend coming over? No. His mom sent him outside to try to find a little creature that she saw outside the house. The guy is cool as a cucumber. He doesn't seem the least bit afraid. He goes outside the yard and looks around, using his cell phone as a flashlight. He walks across the street and tells his mom he sees nothing. She tells him to look under the mooring along the road. He does, and there he is. A real goblin. It's slimy and scary looking. It even makes a noise like we imagine a goblin would make. The coolest thing about this video is that the young man doesn't miss a beat. He stays strong and takes pictures of the creature cause his mom asked him to. Number 4. Local man says he found Bigfoot. This video comes to us courtesy of a news anchor in Bay, Florida. Dustin Tudhope of Bay County, Florida, went camping in Apalachicola National Forest. He said he kept seeing some large creature in the woods and had a feeling it was Bigfoot.
Ears that will stand up or lay down, and on 2 feet, it resembles.
He said he knew his friends would think he was crazy, but he was determined to capture it on film. He did catch a glimpse of this animal on video. He said it was a large animal that looked to be a combination of a gorilla and a bear.
Cross between a gorilla and a bear. It was Bigfoot.
He said it could stand up or lay down and had a muzzle and ears. He said he also found crude tools made out of twigs and branches that he thinks were made by the Bigfoot he saw. He also says he found footprints.
Sticks and large footprints that they made.
His point is that people need to be careful when they go camping in the woods. He even wrote a book to document his sighting. For Dustin Tudhope, this is no laughing matter. Bigfoot is real. Number 3. Bigfoot roams free in Canadian wilderness. This video appears to have been taken someplace up north. Clearly you can tell it's Canada. It's barren woods with no leaves on the trees. You can see every inch of the area. When you look across the lake, right on the side of the beach, you see a large creature hunched over. It appears to be part man and part animal. He's just going about his business. He doesn't look menacing at all. The person capturing the video is only feet from this creature. Rather than turn and run, they decide to stay and videotape the creature. It's almost as if you're watching a bear in his natural habitat. Perhaps this is Bigfoot fishing by the lake for his dinner, or maybe he's looking for a bigger catch and just hasn't noticed the cameraman. We'll never know for sure. Number 2. Strange water cryptid stuck in the tide at First Landing State Park. A man was walking his dogs along a trail in First Landing State Park when he noticed something strange floating in the tide pool. At first, he tried to take pictures of the creature, but every time he tried to snap a photo, the creature ducked back under the water. So he decided to switch to his video camera instead. As his dogs bark in the background, he takes a short video of what appears to be a cryptid in the water. It looks like a prehistoric alligator or crocodile. It actually looks like it's doing a doggy paddle of some sort. It pokes its head out of the water every now and then, almost as if he's watching the man tape him. He has a greenish brown head and looks very scaly. You can't even tell if he has eyes. It doesn't seem to attract the attention of anyone other than our cameraman for some reason. Let's just pray those dogs don't hop in for a swim. Number 1. Strange creature caught on tape. Mothman? Alien? Flatwoods monster? A couple of guys are feeding their rabbit in their house when they hear a strange noise coming from outside.
Yeah, could you get the light?
They look outside and see something crouching down by the fence near the clothesline. They have no idea what it is. Like any good adventurers, they decide to go out and investigate. They have their camera rolling, hoping to catch this thing on tape. At first, you can't tell what this thing is. It's brown and kinda looks like a life-sized bug. It's huddled in the yard, perhaps eating something. As soon as it sees the guys coming out of the house, it runs out the back of the yard. The men chase after it, but have no idea where it went. Did it fly off? Did it get away that fast? We're not sure what this was. Is it an alien? Is it the Mothman so many people have talked about? At this point, we may never know.